This is something that most people on the street didn't even think was possible.
There really is no place to put the oil, and no one's stopping to produce.
People weren't driving their cars, people weren't flying on airplanes, and that was leading to a buildup of refined products, and as a response to that, refiners cutting runs.
The markets were still finding their way through and thinking about the magnitude and the importance of the coronavirus pandemic, the effect on supply and demand, the crashing global economy around us, and the resulting impact on inventory. So everybody was aware that prices could do extraordinary things, unusual things, including going to zero.
Oil prices are collapsing. WTI this morning down more than 35%.
Falling all the way to a penny a barrel.
That means buyers need to find someplace, any place to put the stuff. We're in uncharted waters right now.
We've never seen anything like that before. I remember as soon as it went negative, I remember thinking, I've got to not only look out for my team here, but I better alert other people within Platts as to what's going on here. And we're at that time of day, of course, we're watching the price much more closely than most people. So I sent around an alert to some of the senior leaders within Platts saying, you need to know this is happening right now. Crude oil in the United States is negative.
I remember waking up and thinking, wow, wouldn't it be pretty interesting to see global crude prices get into the single digits? And then by midday, it had happened, and by the time the market closed, it was severely negative, negative $30+. And it happened really pretty quickly.
All this was playing out while the phones were ringing as people were trying to understand what's happening in the market. Our messaging systems were alight as everybody was buzzing around what was going on.
At that point, it was disbelief. It was wondering if there was something wrong with our software that was showing us these ridiculous values. And you realize that everybody else is watching this happen too, and this is real. And that for a brief period of time, early afternoon on April 20th, someone would pay you $40 a barrel in addition to the barrel of oil just to take it away.
Well, for me, it was interesting if you were going to go to physical delivery that it would be at Cushing. Now, Cushing was then, and that's a long time ago, and still remains, a hub for barrels to move in and can move to the Mid-Continent or down into the Gulf Coast, which was a very sensible location given the quantity of storage capability that existed there. So when the crisis occurred on the 20th of April, I was reminded of that because it is a finite environment.
We talked about it, we thought it could happen, and then to see it unfold in real time was even that much more impactful.
Before you knew it, we had 100+ years of experience in the room discussing around how we're going to assess the crude market in the US, both in Cushing, where the market had just fallen through the floor, and at the Gulf Coast, where we observed very different pricing levels, actually in positive territory.
You then start asking questions about when is it going to come back and in what manner, and how big is the inventory surplus. We knew it was massive, we knew it was a record surplus, but remember the world was in a lockdown, so we did not have a good handle on what demand was. It was the most gut-wrenching day and week that I've had in my professional career.